Hi, friends. One of my favorite morning devotionals to read from is a book called Streams in the Desert by L.B. Cowman. This week, one of the readings was on faith, articulated in the letter of Paul to Titus. It was a line that simply said, God who does not lie promised. Regarding faith, the author goes on to write, faith is not conjuring up through an act of your will a sense of certainty that something is going to happen. No, it is recognizing God's promises as an actual fact, believing it is true, rejoicing in the knowledge of that truth, and then simply resting because God said it. I love that because every day I try to remember the promises that God has made to us and relax in them. My favorite is that God promises to be with us and to never leave us. That means through good times, bad times, times of uncertainty, and times of clarity, we can lean on God. Many of our outreaches began during times of uncertainty, where we leaned on God's promises to be with us so that we could be there for the poor and for those whose lives were vulnerable. Today, 25 years later, we have such beautiful outreaches as part of our parish's mission to the world and to our local community. This weekend, at all of our liturgies, we get to celebrate one of those ministries that we have in Chiapas, Mexico. The friendships we have forged there are invaluable. Last year, we resumed our annual pilgrimage where we were bonded in kinship as we were welcomed by the families there. I was deeply overwhelmed by the kindness we experienced on our trip, and I look forward to our fundraising effort to support kids' education in Chiapas. Aaron Lynch, our AV manager, who also went on the pilgrimage, will be our guest homilist. I hope you'll join us for this weekend's festivities. After our liturgy at the 9:30 a.m. Mass, we will have a wonderful fiesta coffee hour with food, cosas típicas, piñatas, a quilt raffle, coffee, and fellowship with one another. There'll also be an opportunity to consider going on our next pilgrimage to Chiapas. So I hope to see you there. This week, our Across the Miles members will arrive to celebrate in person with us. They'll attend Thursday night Mass, Friday noon, and our weekend liturgies. We invite you to join us for any of these gatherings, to welcome them and to say hello. They're very interested in capturing the spirit of our community, so don't forget to greet them with big Spiritus love. This week, we send a hearty farewell to Dorothy Erbacher, our longtime parishioner, who is moving to New Jersey to be with her family. Dorothy will now join our Across the Miles family, and we will miss her. And we wish her safe travels as she leaves this week. We send a big shout out this week to Olivia Kogel, one of our religious education youth. Section 5 Football League just picked up flag football for girls, and our own Olivia is playing on the first all-girls flag football team for Hilton this year. Congratulations, Olivia. This week, we send our deepest sympathy and condolences go out to Sharon Castronova on the death of her mother. We send our heart to you, our love to you, our prayers to you. Well, friends, may you rest in the promises of God and enjoy this beautiful week. And I'll see you next week for our weekly Pastor's Update. Take care.